Hola, my beautifuls. How are you? It's me, Maris. Let's do a little Palo Santo. Oh, it is a kind of cloudy day, but it feels really groovy. I just came back from lunch and I was like, oh, just do a quick reading. And I go, but I just ate. And I was like, it's okay. Like, I've been working with the angels this morning and did a past life regression this morning. So I've been really busy here at the Oklahoma Healing Connection. Alright, so we got a little Palo Santo burn there for us. And I don't use this deck very much, but when I came and sat down here at the desk, my table, the message that I was, oh, you need to use the Angel Therapy deck. And I was like, oh, I don't really like that deck. And it was like, yes, you do. And I was like, no, I don't. It's an okay deck, but... And it was like, no, today, use their... Hey, Tanya, how are you? It was, today was, the message was, no, you need to use that deck. So, I'm using that deck. And here we are. So, it's an angel therapy. Well, I have an angel healer class coming up on June 4th and 5th for those of you that want to learn how to be an angel healer. It's a fun class to take. And it is limited seating. Hey, Andrea, how are you? So, but anyway, I got this message today when I sat down just a second ago, and it was like, do the angel therapy deck. Do the angel therapy. So I'm like, okay, I'll do the angel therapy. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to put because I'm like, please do me a favor and don't, at least let it go no farther than my lap. Come on, it'd be great if you had it just poof over there on the card holder. And 1, 2, okay, there, went on my lap. Second card. And okay, that didn't, yeah, that was a my fumble. And so I guess, okay, that. Alright, so let me lean down here and pick up this one. So on May 22nd at 1 o'clock, it's a Sunday afternoon, I have a Reiki First Degree CPR for the Soul class. That's that workshop that's everybody should take. We all should have a Reiki attunement so that we can keep the cooties away. And then on June 4th and 5th, I believe, it's that Saturday, Sunday, I have the Angel Healer class. So anyway, without further ado, let's take a look at the first card that's up, and that card is the Law of Attraction. And and what I think is, because I'm reading the little message down here, it says relationships and activities that you once enjoyed are now changing as you become more sensitive and aware of energies. Hey, Sylvia. Oh, it's 405 549 3766. Just don't put it on the bathroom wall for a good time. They'll be disappointed. But yeah, 405 549 3766. But so when I'm looking at this card, what I'm getting here is that the law of you are what you attract. Or you attract what your energy is, or what your vibe is, what you're thinking about. So if you are thinking about, having plenty of money in your checking account and that all your bills are paid, then that's the vibration that you're sending out, and going, hey, this is what this person needs, or this is what this person wants. When you're sending out a message of like, oh shush, I don't have enough money to pay my bills, then you're not gonna have enough money to pay your bills. So you have to be very, very, very conscientious about what thoughts you have going on in your head. So if you have negative thoughts going on in your head, that's what you're going to be attracting, and that's what you want to look at. Now let's go just a little bit deeper with the intention behind this card, and that is that once you notice what you don't want in your life, what you don't want in your life, you will stop meditating or vibrating towards that, and you will be filling in that spot with what you do want. And, so it's like all of a sudden, because you're changing your vibration, you're starting to think about things that you want, or, and a lot of us are like, give me clarity, show me clarity, show me clarity. And when you start having clarity, you're like, that's not what I wanted or what I intended in a specific area in your life. Maybe you get bored at what you're doing for work or for a career. Maybe you're in a relationship and you're like, is that really where I want to be in 5 years? And if that's any insight to it, that's what this card is in reference to, is being open and aware to what you do and don't want, and then realizing what you don't want, you start focusing on what you do want. So this is, I'm going to call this a really good strategy card. That energy coming in is talking about you actually coming to terms with what you do and don't want in your life, and being able to be pro you in this moment. Now, I like this. The singing and dancing comes through. And I'm going to say this is about movement. This is about speaking your truth, being your authentic self, and then in a celebration or in this sense of movement, or moving forward, moving into where you want to be, where you want to go, how you want to feel. If it's kind of like this sense of freedom, experiencing a sense of freedom. And the instance that I'm getting in my head here is like a couple sitting in a car, and they're on their way out for date night. And it's like, well, what do you want to eat? Well, I don't care. Oh, well, I want to go eat over at the sushi bar, and this person over here hates sushi, just despises it. It makes them sick. They're like, oh God, it smells like sushi. Oh, smells like seaweed, or whatever, right? So they're in this moment of, they just made an agreement with something, or they made an agreement with that person for something, not even considering what they wouldn't accept, which was the sushi. And that's where they wanted to go. That's where they suggested going. So when I'm looking at this card, the feeling that I'm getting is that when you establish some boundaries of what you will accept, or what you will share with others, what you will do versus what you won't do, that you can actually move forward in that. So there's this sense of freedom of speaking your truth. So you could say, hey, where do you want to go for dinner? Anywhere but sushi. Okay, you spoke your truth. So now sushi's off the table. Pardon that pun. And you can, guys, choose on where you do want to go out to eat. So this is about, in through there, is speaking your truth and just saying, hey, this is what I will do, this is what I won't do. And when you do that, that you can actually move forward with that. Now, the last card over here is the release card. And Archangel Michael is mentioned in this card. So let's flip that over here. And it says, work with Archangel Michael to let go of what no longer serves you or your purpose. Okay, and so let's flip that back over because that's where it is. It's in the upside down. And what I'm looking at, what I'm feeling when I look at this card, and then I have it in comparison here, is that although we are trying to move forward and we're actually making progress moving forward, that we still have some things that are in our path, that are in our vibe, in our spirit, that we are having difficulties letting go. Some things are out of obligation, and some things are because they're familial. That might be some of the relationships that you have with your parents or people in your family that might be considered to be a little bit on the toxic side, that they're really difficult to let go. And so there's that struggle. And so normally I would see a struggle hopefully a little bit earlier. But it's saying, your struggle comes after. It's like, yeah, you're going to be bringing in these good things. And yes, you're in a place of, I want to say it's The Who singing a song, and they're like, I'm free. I think it's from the rock opera Tommy. Being in that sense of freedom and movement. But that last card, going back to it, is saying, but you still have some loose ends to take care of. And the thing that I want you to focus on is that it's asking you to work with Archangel Michael. And Michael is the warrior, man. He is like your biggest brother. He's very warrior-like, very, very stern, very loving and kind. I wouldn't want to make him mad, okay? I wouldn't want to make Archangel Michael mad, ever. So with that thought in mind, he's the big brother that will always protect you and guide you and lead you. And when you are in your darkest places, Archangel Michael is always ready to help you get out of those jams. And so in this, when we look at this card, and it's talking about releasing things that no longer serve you or your purpose, that are really difficult to let go of, that the indication here is to start asking Archangel Michael to help you on that journey. Archangel Michael is very readily available. All you have to do is ask. It's really kind of cool. It's like archangels walk with me. Archangels ride with me. Archangels direct me, guide me. And if you have one that you want to start working with, you just ask them. Archangel Chamuel, Archangel Gabriel, depending on what you're wanting to do. There's 7 archangels that are considered like the 7 archangels. We have Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Uriel. Then we have Chamuel, Zadkiel, and Jophiel. Those are the ones, that primary group that I work with, and they're really interesting. Uriel hasn't been around very often. I mean, she, in an angel session, yes, but she hasn't been really coming through in a lot of the speakings that they do. Michael, Raphael, and I did have Zadkiel and Jophiel today. So it was really pretty neat to hear from them and hear and some of their teachings. And a lot of the teaching that they were talking about today had to do with forgiveness and forgiving from the inside out. And that means forgiving with yourself first. And then the other part of it was that sometimes we start forgiving other people for things that, how do you say, that they cause themselves. and really had nothing to do with you, but they want you to take the blame. And so in this, that's where he's talking about forgiving from the inside out. So I hope you enjoyed today's reading. Peace, love, and harmony. I'll see you soon.